My name is Summerly. I'm a freshwater mussel biologist for the Fish and Wildlife Service, and it's a government agency where we're designed to help protect endangered species from becoming extinct. It's a really fun job for me because I get to work with rare and endangered animals, um, and we get to protect them from becoming gone forever, which means we usually get to work with something that nobody else has ever worked with. For example, the animal I work with, there's only 150 left in the wild. So they're extremely rare, and it's really cool to be able to work with them because it's like cutting edge, like it's the high stakes. If you do something wrong, they could be like the dinosaurs and gone forever. So it's really cool working with endangered species. And it also gives me a day that is unlike any other. So usually my day starts with I go and I take care of my animals that we have on station. We do keep some of them here. And that means taking care of them by feeding them and making sure they have water and somewhere clean to stay. And then also that could mean that we're going in to the river to go get more animals or to check on animals that we've put out there. So oftentimes I get to drive a boat, which that's a pretty cool perk of the job is driving my boat around and taking out our scuba gear, which means we get the oxygen and the snorkel and everything. And we go down underwater and we dive down to the bottom of rivers and we find these animals because they're sessile and they can't move. They stay at the bottom of the river until we go down and find them. So I really like that part of my job. Working with wildlife is extremely rewarding, like I said, because no day is the same, and I get to be outside all the time. Personally, I could have never worked in an office, so that's why I really like what I do. And anyone with a biology degree is eligible to pursue a degree in wildlife biology. I'd say the best thing that you can do for yourself if you're interested in going into wildlife, you can do the education route, but it also is really beneficial to volunteer first. To get your hands dirty and to start working with animals as soon as possible because you learn very practical skills and you also learn stuff that you don't want to do right off the bat, but and hopefully you can whittle down the things that you don't want to do and find the things that you do want to do. So that's my advice to you is to, even if you can go the college route, get your undergraduate degree, but in that time you really need to focus on your internships and meeting people and building your network and skill set. And that way, whenever jobs pop up, you already have some of the baseline understanding of how to do the job and stuff like that. Personally, I got my bachelor's degree in biology with a minor in environmental science and policy, and that was really helpful. But the most beneficial thing for me was actually making friends with one of my professors who offered me an internship in studying fish, which I really wasn't interested in fish at all, but I was like, I want to work outside and with the water. And that's what I did. And it kind of snowballed, and I kept taking jobs that were related to water and ultimately built myself a career that I've been in for 5 years now, where I get to work with some of the most rare and endangered species of the world and get to do cool stuff like scuba dive and snorkel and travel to very remote areas of the state and the country to find these exotic animals and stuff like that. So, um, like I said, don't be afraid to take an opportunity and get your hands dirty and volunteer. I think that's the best thing that you can do if you want a career in wildlife biology. And you get to make a difference every day by keeping these species around for the next generation of people. And some of the skills you might need for this job are definitely liking being outside. That is the first one, and liking animals, and then having a good attitude. That's something that goes into any job that you could ever have, is being someone who's pleasant to work with, and someone who's reliable, and someone who isn't afraid to get their hands dirty. I think that'll set you on a pretty good path anywhere you go. So good luck. I hope this was helpful, and feel free to reach out to anyone in the Fish and Wildlife Service. We do work for the public, so if you ever want volunteer opportunities, that's a good place to reach out to. So Let me know if you have any questions, and thanks, Miss Marino, for having me.